Hello students, I am Sushma Tambat working as an assistant professor in mathematics. First, I will tell you syllabus of mathematics of SYBCS for semester 3rd and semester 4th. In semester 3rd, we have 3 papers, paper 1 groups and coding theory, paper 2nd numerical techniques, paper 3rd mathematics practical, Python programming language first. And in semester 4th, we have 3 papers, paper 1st computational geometry, paper 2nd operation research, paper 3rd mathematics practical, Python programming language 2nd. Each paper having 50-50 marks. Now let's start our paper 1st, groups and coding theory. Here I used Golden Series by Nirali book for groups and coding theory. We have 4th chapter of groups and coding theory. First chapter is the integers, second groups, third finite groups and subgroups, fourth groups and coding theory. Let's start our first chapter, the integers. The first point of integers is division algorithm and first principle is well ordering principle. Well ordering principle is every non-empty set of positive integers contains a smallest element. That is, if A is subset of natural number union singleton 0 and A is not equal to 5, means A is non-empty, then there exists small l belongs to A such that L less equal A for all A belongs to A. Here concentrate on every non-empty set of positive integers contains a smallest element. Now see the explanation of well ordering principle. Consider capital A equal to natural number. We know natural numbers equal to the set of 1, 2, 3 and so on. A is subset of natural number union singleton 0. Also A is non-empty because A equal to set of 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here 1 equal to 1, 1 less equal to, 1 less equal 3, 1 less equal 4 and so on. That is 1 is the smallest element of A. 1 is the smallest element of A. This is the explanation of well ordering principle. Now see the next definition. Let S and T be any two integers with T is not equal to 0. Then we say that T divides S if there exists an integer u such that S equal to T into u. We write this as T divides S. If T does not divide S, we write it as T does not divide S. See here, if T divides S, then we write it as T divides S. And if T does not divide S, we write it as T does not divide S. Also, if T divides S, then there exists U belongs to Z such that S equal to T into U. Whenever T divides S, we say that T is a divisor of S or S is divisible by T. For any integer T is not equal to 0, we have 0 equal to T into 0. That is T divides 0. This can be written as by the definition. Therefore, 0 is divisible by any non-zero integer. See, 2 is not equal to 0, but we can write as 2. 0 equal to 2 into 0 means 2 divides 0. Now see, any integer S is integer, any integer S is always divisible by plus minus 1 and plus minus S. See, here concentrate on divisible, not divisor. S is always divisible by plus minus 1 and plus minus S means plus minus 1 divides S and plus minus S divides S. This can be for our convenient, we can write as S divided by 1, but this notation is for divide, for the integers. Suppose t divides s and t is not equal to plus minus 1 plus minus s, then t is called a proper divisor of s. Suppose t equal to 2, s equal to 4. 2 divides 4 means t divides s. Here t equal to 2, which is not equal to plus minus 1 plus minus s, where s is 4. Therefore 2 is proper divisor of 4. Whenever t divides s and ts belongs to z, we say that s is multiple of t. T equal to 2, s equal to 6, 2 divides 6. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. 6 can be written as 2 into 3, where 6 is s, 2 is t, t into 3 means s is multiple of t or 6 is multiple of 2. Now see the theorem, properties of divisibility. First, if a divides b, then a divides bc for any integer c. Second, if a divides b and a divides c, then a divides bx plus cy for any integer x and y. Third, if a divides b and b divides c, then a divides c. First, we show that if a divides b, then a divides bc for any integer c. We have, for first, we have a divides b. We have to show that a divides bc for any integer c. For any integer c. We have a divides b, and by definition here, if t divides s, if there exists an integer u such that s equal to t into u. Now see, if a divides b, there exists an integer p belongs to z such that b equal to a into p. Now multiply c on both sides of this equation, we get bc equal to apc, where c is z, means c belongs to z. Here b into c also integer, a into p into c is also integer, because two numbers which is belongs to z and their multiplication also belongs to z, which implies a divides bc by the definition. Now see second, if a divides b and a divides c, then a divides bx plus cy for any integer x and y. We have here a divides b and a divides c for second. To show that a divides bx plus cy. A divides b means there exists an integer p belongs to z. Here we also can say that q, c or any integer. A divides b means b equal to p a. And a divides c, there exists q belongs to z such that c equal to a q. C equal to AQ. Now multiply equation 1 by x. Bx equal to PAX, where x also belongs to z because given x and y any integer, and to multiply y in equation 2 on both sides, cy equal to AQY. Add these two equations, we get bx plus cy equal to PAX plus AQY. Here we get a common, a take outside into bracket px plus qy. Here px qy are the multiplication of two integers, which is again integers, and addition of these two integers is again integers. A into px plus qy, a into integer bx plus cy, and by definition we get a divides bx plus cy. Now see, third, if a divides b and b divides c, then a divides c. We have, for third, we have a divides b and b divides c to show that a divides c. A divides b, there exists an integer p belongs to z such that b equal to a p, and b divides c, there exists an integer q belongs to z such that c equal to bq. C equal to bq and b equal to ap. Put b equal to apq. C equal to apq. P into q. P and q are the integers, and multiplication of these two integers is again integer. Means C equal to a into pq. By definition we get a divides c. So this is the proof of properties of divisibility. Okay. Now see some properties of integers. For ts belongs to z, t into s equal to 0, which implies either t equal to 0 or s equal to 0. Next, for any tsu belongs to z, here tsu is nothing but the integers, and we know integers are the set of the numbers 0, plus, minus 1, plus, minus 2 and so on. Means here 1, 2, 3 belongs to z, or 2, 3, 4 belongs to z. Such that ts equal to t into u, which implies s equal to u if t is not equal to 0. If t equal to 0, we does not say that s equal to u. Third, if ts belongs to z, then t less than s, which implies t plus 1 less equal s. Now, theorem, division algorithm without proof. Let a and b be integers with b greater than 0. Then there exist unique integers q and r such that a equal to bq plus r. A can be written as a equal to bq plus r, where q and r unique integers, where 0 less equal r less equal b. And this algorithm is useful for further theorems and examples. Now see the remark. First remark, a equal to bq plus r, where b is called the divisor and the element a is called the dividend. Q is called the quotient and r is known as remainder. Second, whenever r equal to 0, we say that b divides a. How can? A equal to bq plus r, and r is 0, means this can be written as a equal to bq, and by definition b divides a. Which definition? By this definition. Now for example, let a equal to minus 33, b equal to 11. A equal to minus 33, this can be written as minus 3 into 11. Minus 3 into 11, 11 is b. A equal to minus 3 into b plus 0 into or plus 0.